story of Come to Botswana becomes a real story. So what you see here is when you look at an index like what the Fraser Institute releases every year on mining, with several jurisdictions and operations participating and indicating their level of comfort in whatever jurisdiction that they operate in. Botswana stands favorably when you look at the Policy Perception Index. HE touched on that. What I want to drill down onto is the Prospectivity Index, because that's what talks to geology, that's what talks to the mineral endowment of the country. So you see that out of 47 respondents globally, Botswana came or ranked at number 22. But we are doing quite a lot of work around that, which the Ministry of Minerals, Department of Mines, Botswana Geoscience Institute have completed very impactful projects over the last year, which are going to change the status as you see there. But that put Botswana third on the African continent as far as the Prospectivity Index goes, which is quite a remarkable feat itself, being number one on the Policy Perception Index, as well as being number one on the continent on the overall Investment Attractiveness Index. That basically tells you why we are the destination of choice, why you should be coming to Botswana to invest your wealth and co-create additional wealth with us as we create what we like to call shared prosperity with our communities. So you look at that in terms of global benchmarking on any of those indices, really competing with the best in the world. So hence, I say to you that this is the investment choice, investment destination of your choice. So when you look at the prospectivity itself, this map shows you some of the prospects that we have delineated and outlined at the Minerals Development Company. Historically, only the eastern part of the country had intense exploration. That is where you have those blue dots around the Francistown area on the eastern flank with the border with South Africa. And that's because that's an easy area to access. 75% of the country is overlain by the Kalahari Sands, but work is now ongoing at an unprecedented pace since the president's unleashed the research agenda, unleashed his thought and provocation to all of us around mindset change. And as a result of that, you see that burgeoning development of a mining district in the northwest part of Botswana, which was never really a mining territory. As a result of that, you do get operations like Kwemakau, which are wonderful in terms of the resources that they have. Copper, in our copper, there's contained PGMs, there's contained silver, and even rare earth elements that I know the forward-looking amongst you would be very much interested in. So when you look at this in terms of what is in situ value, and you look at that chart from the right, progressively towards the right, on the bottom axis, it's just a scale that is showing you the volume of the resource or the reserves that we've been able to identify and quantify at some sort of a level as MDCB to assist you, the investor, so that when you send out your feelers to find out what areas should we look at. So overall, in that slide, we have in situ value of 2.3 trillion pula. I'll say it in pula also to impress you, as my president did. But just for you to understand, about 150 billion US dollars. That is where really our BHAG that I mentioned earlier is hinged on. Our work now with the ministry, together with BITC and all our other collaborative partners in country, is to ensure that this intrinsic value comes to the surface and is born and realized as GDP. So we really look forward to your speedy arrival in the country to assist you go through our processes. You are able to now go onto the Botswana Geosciences website, bgi.org.bw. You'll be able to access the online cadastral system. You'll be able to access information that talks to some of the most important reports that you may want to have a look at as an investor from the comfort of your home in Dallas or wherever you could be, such that by the time now you go on board your plane and you are Botswana bound and you arrive, you know exactly where you're going. And we look forward to receiving you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Spahope, the Chief Technical Officer at Minerals Development Company, Botswana. Next up, we have the Managing Director from Botswana, Mr. Andrew Matlamutsumi. Botswana, he will tell us what it is, but it is a joint venture between DPS Group and the government of Botswana. Mr. Mutsumi.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. MOKGWEETSI Eric MASISI, honorable ministers here present, senior government officials, the distinguished leadership of the U.S. Africa Business Summit, good afternoon. My premier slide is headed by a phrase that says, in every diamond, in every diamond, a sparkle of our diamonds lies in the dreams of a nation. We have been mining diamonds for 55 years, and I think one critical important thing to mention is that you cannot talk the development story of Botswana without talking diamonds. Diamonds have played a critical role in the development of the country, primarily because the resources that have been obtained from this sector have been prudently managed by the government over the years to improve the lives of Botswana. We are the highest diamond producer by value. We are the second largest by volume after Alrosa. We actually run the safest operations in the world using world-class processing plants. We have a strong partnership for socio-economic development, building what are sustainable communities around our mines. We are the highest private sector employer. We have in our journey for end-state green operation basically installed solar power systems installed across Botswana's operation. We are sensitive to the environment, wildlife conservation. We've actually set aside about 65,000 hectares for parks that basically are dedicated towards protecting one of the endangered species, that's rhinos. As I said, we run the safest mines in the world. The chart on the left of the screen there basically shows a performance metrics with respect to safety. We've done very well vis-a-vis our counterparts within the group and even across the mining industry in the world. Botswana, of course, is faced with challenges. It's a company that's been operating for over 55 years, with our pits basically aging. As a result of that, our pits deepening. That is obviously imposing a lot of costs on us, and there's work towards transition from open pit to underground. That obviously impacts our revenues. Changing consumer trends, environmental and social governance requirements are actually imposing a challenge on us, as we have to be responsive to that if we are to continue to sell our diamonds to the younger generations in the Western countries. We're faced with threats from the substitution by lab-grown diamonds, volatile markets. But we leverage on our strengths, essentially, as a company to address those challenges. Coming to the thrust of the presentation in terms of what are the strategic opportunities that we have identified as we navigate the future beyond the lives of our mines. We're looking at, firstly, sustainable post-mining land use. I've referred to conservation, the fact that we've got parks that are dedicated to looking after or preserving rhinos that are endangered species. We're looking at the circular economy model, primarily converting mining waste to valuable resources. I mean, basically converting mining waste to valuable resources that can be reutilized. Climate mitigation and adaptation. I did mention the fact that we have solar power generation as one of our operations that we're focusing and looking for opportunities for investment in that. Then we have mine value. We have mine value chain development. Here we're looking at the fact that our supply of inputs primarily comes from abroad. So what we are looking at is essentially localizing value through local manufacturing of mining inputs, for instance, among others, explosive for their production, bulk production and packaging. We're looking at repairs and maintenance, potential for establishing local workshops around fabrication, national rebuild center where we want the large components manufacturing of for instance, engine overhauls of our earth-moving equipment, of our shovels as a potential area for investment. We have also an exciting project around what we've dubbed Diamond to Martin, where we're looking at building sustainable communities by facilitating venture into martin production post-mining. One of our mines in the south sits on the fringes of the savannah in the Kalahari deserts. So that's a potential area for the production of the rearing of sheep for the production of marten. That is a project that also is very important for that. Depository of knowledge, data monetization, the President did mention this earlier on. We have had a very long experience, as I said, 55 years of open pit mining. That provides an opportunity for us to monetize the rich knowledge that we have gathered over the years in terms of building skills around open pits. So essentially, that's an opportunity that we can look at monetizing and marketing that knowledge. So in conclusion, distinguished audience, we are committed to producing natural diamonds safely, efficiently, and responsibly. So we're looking for opportunities for forging collaboration and partnerships with businesses and potential investors in the room to contribute to local communities' development as well as the country at large. We're also looking at forging links around strategic, digital, and technical development for the future growth of Botswana as well as the mining value chain development. Your Excellency, the President, Cabinet Ministers, distinguished audience, I thank you for your attention, and we clearly look forward to you finding interest in the areas that we have identified. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mutsumi. Next up, we have a presentation on opportunities in the innovation sector. I know His Excellency is very, very passionate about information and technological advancements. And this is one sector that he has particular interest in. So to talk to us in relation to opportunities in the innovation sector, we have Mr. Diani Mungudi, the Acting Chief Executive Officer at Botswana Digital and Innovation Hub.
Thank you very much. The President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. MOKGWEETSI Eric MASISI, Cabinet Ministers here present, senior government officials, Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As introduced, I'm Diani Mungudi. I'm the acting CEO, Botswana Digital and Innovation Hub. And allow me to ride on the protocol that has already been outlined. I've got 5 minutes to pitch. I will start with a brief on who we are as Botswana Digital and Innovation Hub. We are a national innovation agency established by government to support and facilitate innovation in Botswana. So we work with innovators, startups, and entrepreneurs, right from ideation stage all the way to commercialization. We also work with the academia, also work with the research institutions. We also work with the private as well as the public sector. We also have a fund called Botswana Innovation Fund. As BDIH, we do administer that fund. It provides seed funding in the form of grants to our innovators in order for them to develop their ideas into something tangible, or a prototype. And we also thrive through partnerships as Botswana Digital Innovation Hub, and one of the reasons why we are in attendance here is that we are also looking for those partnerships. If I were to cite one example, we have a partnership with Amazon Web Services, where we provide a training on cloud computing to our out-of-school and unemployed youth. Earlier this year, we had a graduation of more than 50 of our participants who enrolled in that program. So we are looking out for those opportunities, for those partnerships. As BDIH, we also have been mandated to develop and operate Botswana's first science and technology park. It's a 57-hectare plot located within the special economic zone, meaning that those who set up at the park do have access to incentives as well as other special dispensations. And I'm happy that HE did introduce HB Botswana, who are setting up, Antwerp, who are setting up at the park, and I'm happy to see them here. Quickly moving on, these are some of the services that we provide as BDIH, commercializing ideas with our startups, as well as access to funding, and also the infrastructure to support innovation in Botswana. Quickly, in terms of the opportunities that are available within the ICT and the digitalization space, Botswana is one of the most progressive legislation. And we do have policies that enable or that support business. And some of those policies that we have within the ICT space, we do have the National ICT Policy. We also do have the ICT regulation and governance. We have also the Science and Technology and Innovation Policy, as well as the cybersecurity policy that have been developed, as I indicated, to support business. Moving on, I was going to talk about the Smart Bots strategy, which is the national digital transformation strategy. The president has already talked about it. Our role really as BDIH is an implementing agency of government to ensure that we digitize the public service, as well as provide support to the various stakeholders within the innovation and technology space. Moving on in terms of opportunities, other opportunities in the ICT and innovation space, Botswana continues to invest in telecommunication infrastructure. In fact, Botswana is one of those countries where there is a significant penetration in terms of mobile services, with more than 4 million phones recorded against a population of 2.5 million, meaning that Botswana do have access to telecommunication services. We also have, through the Smart Bots strategy, Botswana do have access to internet. Internet has been rolled out to major villages as well as cities, ensuring that no one is left behind, and all our citizens connected. And then moving on, in terms of software development, Botswana continues to invest to ensure that it does have a pool of skilled workforce. In fact, in terms of our fiscal allocation, the education as well as the health sector do get the lion's share of the allocation, and clearly meaning that the country has made a commitment to ensuring that it has a workforce. So we continue with other initiatives, skills development initiatives, to ensure that our people are able to compete globally. Moving on, there are other opportunities in other sectors for government solutions around e-commerce platforms, as well as cybersecurity, digital health solutions. And finally, this is my last slide, smart agriculture, fintech solutions, as well as ICT training and education. So there are so many opportunities that are available. Then we are available as BDIH to provide detailed information and also to assist. We are available at the pavilion for Botswana, where we can provide additional information. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mongudi. Moving on with the program, and I will humbly request that the remaining speakers, let's keep to our allocated 5 minutes, as we only have access to this room until a certain time. So let's keep to our allocated and agreed upon 5 minutes. Next up, we have the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Nancy Neo Chengeta, to talk to opportunities within the agriculture space.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, honorable ministers here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Nancy Neo Chengeta, as it has been said, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Botswana. The agricultural sector in Botswana is mainly dominated by the subsistence farmers, as well as we also have commercial farmers. However, our agriculture is mainly dependent on rainfall. Our agriculture is mainly dependent on rainfall, which is rather very erratic, very low, and unreliable. And this, in very many instances, affects our commodities in terms of our national herd is currently low. Our commodities are not, we have shortfalls in most of our commodities. As you can see in the chart here, we've got a deficit in most of our commodities, except in the beef and poultry subsector. However, as government, as government, we've got strategies that we are embarking on. Our main objective is on the livestock sector, mainly is to increase the national herd as well as the quality of our livestock. For those of you who might recall, last year around this time, we imported around 162 bulls and heifers from Texas, mainly in the Houston area, and with the main objective of increasing our genetic merit. This gives a great opportunity in terms of technology transfer, where we are looking for strategic partners in semen processing, as well as distribution, embryo flushing, transfer in the assisted reproductive technologies at large, with the whole intention of looking at genome sequencing for sustainable livestock production. As a country, we are also producing our own vaccines, more especially in the FMD, foot and mouth vaccines, which we are also exporting to the larger parts of Africa, as well, mainly in the sub-Saharan Africa. But there's, this business or the institute is scalable because we are looking at other lines in the FMD streams, as well as other vaccines that we are not currently producing. As a drought-prone country, there's a whole lot of opportunities in terms of water harvesting, water conservation, and recycling. We would like to focus, especially in this year and going forward, in further production to combat the effects of climate change in our livestock subsector. Therefore, the climate smart technologies, as my colleague who just stepped down mentioned, are those kind of businesses that we are looking at. So, strategic partnership in this area is largely our intention. We've got a great deficit also in the dairy subsector, where we are just producing around 7.3 million litres, which is only about 15% of our local demand. So that gives a great opportunity to set up in that area. And we've got a new area also on the block, the aquaculture, inland fisheries, as well as the aquaculture that we can do at a small scale. Here, we see ourselves currently producing around 550 tons per annum against an import bill of 5,000 tons per annum, which gives a deficit of 4,500 tons, and it awaits you to fill in that gap. On the crop sector also, we are looking at increasing the cereal production, the pulses. It is very prudent here to mention that we've got a farm, which is a citrus farm, which is currently exporting to the EU and other 23 permit markets. And we are employing you as US to open your borders for this citrus to enter into US, and similarly to value add back home in this part of in this subsector as well. And we are looking for private public partnership in drawing water from the Okavango River to a plot that we possess, which is around 40,000 hectares, where we are targeting irrigated arable farming. Chobe River, yes. Oh, sorry, Excellency. From the Chobe River, it goes down to an area, if you know very well, it's called Pandamatenga. It's in the Chobe River. The Chobe area. So it gives an opportunity for irrigated farming. With us here, I have a CEO from a research institute that I would like you to meet after this, because we've got a whole lot of topics to look at in terms of research material for drought-resistant seeds, livestock production system to preserve the Botswana's best grass-fed beef. I guess that one is well known internationally. I don't have to talk much about our beef, which is the best. Yes, Your Excellency. Yes, we also want to look at smart agriculture practices to combat the climate change effects that we are currently facing. This particular year, we experienced the worst drought. Therefore, we need to work very closely at a lot of research material. In conclusion of my 5 minutes, I would like to sum up by saying there's a lot of opportunities in the primary production in terms of livestock and crop subsectors, value addition, which is the secondary production space, as well as trading in agricultural products in Botswana. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Ma Chengeta. And we have 2 more speakers, and I would really want us to have a Q&A. So I'm going to call Red Hamani to quickly just talk to the financing and funding If you are going to invest in a jurisdiction, you'd want to know the financing and funding regime there. So, Mr. Tamani, you have 2 minutes to do that for me. Thank you very much. 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, I'm the one with the finite resource, and with only 2 minutes. Let me say, our Chief Investment Officer, His Excellency, and his Chief Assistant Investment Officers, ministers, let me stand on the protocols observed. My name is Thabo Tamane. I'm the CEO of a DFI called CEDA. It's the biggest DFI in terms of market customer base and impact. Now, my role is to tilt the landscape in favor of citizens. That's my job. One sentence. That's it. Now, how do I do it? I've got 2 things here. One, I'm here to assure you of a sound financial ecosystem that is both inclusive, bold, versatile, fresh, and transformational. That is my assurance. Secondly, we stand to de-risk any concerns that you may have as our investment partners in Botswana. Yesterday, His Excellency asked one question. Are you worried about anything? If there's anything that you're worried about, we are here to de-risk that concern or that worry. Now, this is the only slide I'm going to talk about. This is the financial landscape in Botswana. On my left-hand side, which is probably your right-hand side, we've got your commercial banking sector. And then on the right-hand side, which is probably, which is your left-hand side, no, your right-hand side, we've got the non-bank financial sector. These are DFIs. This is where the patient capital is. That has been deployed by the government of Botswana. Now, what happens is that after all the opportunities that my colleagues spoke of, all those opportunities, our investors, some of them, we have them here, our citizen investors. My role is to say to you, we stand to support them in getting into partnerships with you. Your Excellency, in fact, if any one of them here close any deals, we will connect digitally with my board, and then we'll make a decision. That I can assure you. And then in the middle there, we've got many special funds, that cater for different things. And that's why I'm saying it is inclusive. It is transformational. In the middle there, we've got government schemes, we've got credit guarantee schemes, we've got credit bureaus for information, we've got other government special funds, Youth Development Fund, Chema, and the Textile Fund. We've got venture capitalists. We also need to partner with venture capitalists here in Dallas area or in the US. We call upon you to come to Botswana because we have some venture capitalists there, equity financing products that are mainly deploying pension funds into the sector, into the economy. And these are general funds, but you can come with specific funds. We can actually tailor-make and structure them to your satisfactions. And my assurance to you is that your money is very safe when you deploy. Not if you deploy, Your Excellency. When you deploy, isn't it? So therefore, Your Excellency, my 2 minutes just ended. But I want to end with this particular quote. Oh, okay, sorry. Where is the quote? Yes. Let me ask you, just read this quote. Is it not fresh? Is it not transformational? Is it not versatile? Is it not bold? Do you agree with me? Thank you very much for the courtesy of attention. As I invite Raoul Vile from BITC. Thank you.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. MOKGWEETSI, MASISI, Cabinet Ministers in attendance, senior government officials, let me stand on that protocol as was previously outlined. Once the sectors have spoken, somebody has to open the door for you. But I think for Botswana, you've already been assured that the door is open. We are just there to take you by hand and show you around in terms of how to invest. I represent an institution called the Botswana Investment and Trade Center, which was previously presented by His Excellency the President. So we are the ones that will help you to settle in seamlessly in Botswana. Time is not on our side. I'm going to skip a lot of slides, but basically I want to cover the incentives that are applicable in Botswana and then tell you about the facilitation processes that we follow. This I will skip. In terms of taxation, Botswana's open market tax rate, corporate tax rate is 22%. But there are those critical sectors of the economy that we have found it befitting that we incentivize. For example, if you are in the sector of manufacturing, you are taxed at a lesser rate of 15% instead of the 22%. All you have to do is to fit our definition of manufacturing. If you are in the sector of innovation, the acting CEO of the Botswana Digital and Innovation Hub was here. You are also taxed at a discounted rate of 15%, not 22%. The third sector that is incentivized is what we call the IFSC sector, or the International Financial Services Center. The essence behind this sector is that basically as an international investor, you can decide to invest anywhere you wish in Africa, but you must make sure that a part of your structuring lands you in Botswana, because Botswana has positioned herself with the long-known desirable attributes to enable capital flows across all countries in Africa. And for that, the connected capital flows and revenue flows that will be moving between Botswana and any other African country will be realized as revenue for your operation in Botswana. We allow you to deduct all your operating overheads. Whatever remains on the bottom line, we tax at 15% and not 22%. Then there is an enhancement there as well, that when you are now distributing your earnings to all other associated entities around the world, you will distribute fully exempt of withholding tax. Whereas if it was any other dispensation, there will be a bit of withholding tax at 10%. If you are utilizing a Botswana structure to control your operations anywhere else in Africa, you will basically be exempt from capital gains tax when you dispose of any shareholding. Whereas otherwise, you would be incurring capital gains tax at an escalating table that maximizes at 25%. So what we are saying is, the US usually commands large investment portfolios, and you usually look at Africa as a collective. But we are saying Botswana is putting herself forward deliberately as a holding and administration center for Africa, so that when you are looking at AFCFTA or any other attraction, deploy where you see an opportunity, but control your investments from Botswana. I want to also cover further incentives under the Special Economic Zones regime. We have about 8 Special Economic Zones. We are in discussion to have the 9th. Under our Special Economic Zones regime, your corporate tax lands at 5% for the first 10 years and 10% thereafter, and we don't stipulate a limit. The nice thing about our Special Economic Zones is that they have what we call single factory status. You need not be within a demarcated zone in order to be so incentivized. Why do we allow single factory status? This is to facilitate distribution of investments to our outlying areas. We know that some of our villages can basically function with one sizable factory that can impact in a very positive way the whole village, and people are gainfully employed and the economy of that locality is functioning. So that's why we didn't restrict investments and incentivization for special economic zones within the zone. You can also locate outside. And then this I will skip in terms of the market access arrangements that we have. but simply Botswana has signed protocols with every corner of the world so that whatever you produce can seamlessly sell everywhere under preferential arrangements. We have just commenced trading under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area regime, and very soon we are actually planning some ceremonials to mark the dispatch of the first consignment under this regime. So watch the space, that should be coming. And then this is just to present the institution that I lead. We are the national one-stop shop. Everyone who invests in Botswana comes through us. We have a stall, a pavilion in the exhibition hall. So if you want to have further discussions, please find us there. We will unpack the opportunities. And as the very last speaker, allow me to introduce Mr. Rafael Papismedov, who has recently invested in Botswana in the diamond space, HB Antwerp, which was presented by HE, to basically give a testimonial as an independent private investor of what pertains in Botswana. Rafael?
Thank you, Kels. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, honorable ministers, members of the cabinet, distinguished guests. We are here in the beautiful city of Dallas, in the beautiful nation of the United States, that taught us one thing: always dream big. The American dream was our dream as children, as youth from all over the world. But I'm going to discuss with you today a new dream, the African dream called Botswana. Why Botswana? When we decided to launch our company among the COVID of 2020, we had analyzed several countries, and we said, okay, if we want to have a real African success story, we should find the best and make him even better. The easiest was to go to nations that were failing on the delivery of the minerals. The easier thing was to go to nations that were struggling. Botswana, ladies and gentlemen, never struggled. Since its independence, they managed to create an amazing governance, an amazing concept. I believe that it's a nation that knows how to maximize on its minerals better than any other nation in the world. And it was challenging. It was a country that was difficult to access. It was a country where that was a strong presence of other players. It was a country that everybody told us it's impossible to go there. They are happy. They have nothing to give you because you cannot contribute and make it even happier. Well, we arrived there. We listened to the leadership. We heard the population. And we decided together with Lucara Diamonds, our partner, to do something new. We didn't come to take. We came to make. And because we decided to make, we developed a new vertically integrated supply chain that is digitalizing the diamonds and creating for the first time ever a product that is traceable and a product that is elevating the value just because the process is better. Not because the product is better, it's because the process is better. To do it, we have partnered with Microsoft, with MIT, with institutions from around the world, because we brought something new to the world. We brought an elevation of African income. We brought something that Botswana wanted to do more than anything else. As the President always says, he says, we want more. We are happy, but we want much more. The history of Botswana has outlined how governance makes the difference. Other nations have diamonds. Other nations are much richer with other minerals, strategic minerals. But the governance of Botswana that took all the money, invested in the youth, in education, in ecosystem, in creating democracy that is, there is no second to it today in Africa. Stability, from financial sector to real security. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost boring to walk in the streets of Gaborone. Not much is happening. Everybody is busy with their daily life. They are working, and they are walking the streets. This is not the classical African rhythm. But the leadership is very accessible at the same time. We spoke a lot about His Excellency, the President, and the different titles he's holding. But the ministers, the different ministers, are always accessible. The doors are always open. The different permanent secretaries, BITC that we just spoke about. Basically, you can land in Botswana. You don't even have to meet the President or any minister. You can just go to BITC. Wonderful group of ladies will welcome you there. Kelsey is the only male representative. And they will help you with everything. In 1 minute, you will sit around the table and you will have people helping you with labor law, people helping you with taxation, people helping you with the banking sector, people are helping you with all the permits. So a real one-stop shop. Looking forward, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to invest. I'm here basically to speak for the youth of Botswana. Botswana has an unlimited supply of diamonds, but more important, they have an unlimited supply of youth. We found educated, bold, ambitious, and actually a youth that has no complex about anything. They are ready to run and conquer the world. It's a youth that actually has changed our hearts forever, made us better humans, and taught us so much about how to raise our children at the same time in our comfortable place. And therefore, as His Excellency announced, we are doing this amazing partnership with the government. And I can tell you we are so proud that our investor, our partner, strategic partner, will be the government of Botswana, because the story of Botswana has to be told all over the world. This is not about diamonds, it's not about HB. It's about telling the brand Botswana to show how a success story from Africa can come forward. Now, HB started, as I said, 2020, and when we speak about the American dream, think about growing from 4 employees to 200 employees in 4 years, and a cumulative $650 million, not pulas, in 4 years, profitable from day one, investing in robotics, developing new R&D centers, and bringing now those R&D centers to Botswana, because we don't want the diamonds to be from Botswana. We want everything in the process of the diamond to be from Botswana. Every chip, every laser, everything has to be from Botswana, so the youth can develop a scalable economy for the future and go forward from resource-based economy to knowledge-based economy. Now, all of it sounds amazing. Let me give you 2 funny facts about Botswana. First of all, you land there. It's beautiful, 28, 30 degrees, high 70s, low 80s. You're starting to address yourself already in the plane because the sun is shining, and you land there and they are always cold. They are dressed with jackets and scarves. You go into the cars and the heater is fully on. So be careful. Second of all, if you're planning a long visit and you're staying in Gaborone for the weekend, make sure you have good friends that will take you to the farm, because they are running out. It's an exodus on Friday. They love farming, they go to the farms, and you're going to be left alone in Gaborone. So just make sure. Ladies and gentlemen, our model shows, this partnership shows that when you go to Botswana, pack your suitcase, take everything you need, but take your heart with you. The people are there, the people are ambitious, and they're amazing. And it's really an amazing experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Papesmirov. The last item on our program before we do the closing, as part of the Botswana delegation to the US-Africa Summit, we have local companies that are looking for financiers, partners, opportunities to partner with US companies. So we have about 10 companies, and we are going to ask that they quickly introduce themselves so that we know who is here as the business delegation from Botswana, and then we will continue the conversations outside of this meeting. So I don't know, my colleague, if they have a mic, we can quickly do that. Each one of you has 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 27.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
His Excellency the President of Botswana, Mr. Dr. Eric MOKGWEETSI MASISI, esteemed officials, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Khalalizo Motwagai. I'm from a company called Safe Byte Consulting. I'm here with my partners from DataStream Connections. The company has been pivotal in creating the integrated national food safety system for the US and all the 50 states. So today, we come here excited to say the same thing that they've been doing for the US, we actually want to implement it in Africa, starting with Botswana, of course. And I'm excited to say, His Excellency, Mr. President, as the second Vice President of the African Union, this particular solution actually fulfills all the 6 objectives of the food safety African Union food safety strategy for 2036. So it will be really exciting for Botswana to be leading this initiative in that regard. And I would like to say I invite all the government agencies and academia, laboratories across Africa to engage in this initiative that we are trying to implement. It's called One Africa Collaboration Initiative.
Thank you. Let's not go on and on. Just quickly introduce ourselves and then we move on. We will pitch outside of this room. Let's quickly do a round of introductions. Like I said, we all just have 10 seconds.
HE, a very good afternoon to you all. My name is Florence Chilisa. I am with my business partner, Kelly Sorinyani, and we're from the BOLD team, Black Oak Consulting. What we do is we help businesses transform through technology with a particular focus on digitalization and business process automation. We are also in the education sector, especially looking at early childhood education, where we have a number of flagship products that we offer to that industry. We even have a game application for early childhood education that is available on the Google Play Store that is called My Tabang. And we look forward to further engagement and conversations with you all. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hohon Tlenchemele Basiami. Well, I care about women. I run a sanitary pads manufacturing company based in Botswana. We are currently manufacturing 250 pads per minute. So in a day, we are able to do 120,000 pads. In a month, we are able to do 2.4 million pads. So basically, the backbone of our enterprise was more on reducing our import bill as a country, because we're importing about $3.8 million worth of pads annually. So our capacity, we are able to reduce it to almost, we are able to uptake up to $2.8 million worth of pads annually. Currently, we are servicing major retailers in Botswana, private individuals, and also we are selling to non-governmental organizations which are aimed at restoring SDG Goal 4, 5, and 6, and 1 as well, which are aimed at empowering women, reducing poverty, and proper sanitation. We are currently here looking for investment partners who are willing to partner with us, who are also willing to distribute our product, and also we are here for knowledge sharing dissemination. We are under CEDA, we are funded by CEDA, and we also benefit through BITC because we are in a special economic zone called Sepedu. So therefore, join us and let us bloom together to make Botswana better and Africa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tebogo Hule. I'm here representing a company called Destiny Funders. It's a business consultancy under the agribusiness. And we are positioning ourselves to solve the global issues of food security, issues of unemployment among the youth, and the issues of, and we are also looking at empowering our women. So our business strategy is simple. We are targeting the youth, like the president has already alluded. We make 60% of the population. And then also we are looking at the women who are outside this the youth bracket. And then we are also targeting the rural community. And this is our business model. Our business model is very simple. We are looking into crowd farming, into this agribusiness. What we do is we take the groups and we strategically position them in the prime land areas for farming. And what we do, we look at the priorities for the government in terms of food security issues, what we need to do for the nation. And what we do,
Thank you. I think we've gotten the gist of what you do. You will engage further with other delegates.
Greetings.
Sorry for that.
No problem.
Greetings. My name is Ote Stambule. I'm the CEO of Setto Hill. Basically what we do is we're an ICT company, and we focus more, we offer cybersecurity solutions to public and private institutions in the form of training, program development, and installations. We have a successful track record of working with government and private security agencies, and we are interested in forming partnerships with companies in the United States of America and Africa to combine our expertise for mutual benefit and to provide better services to our clients. We are open to discussing collaboration details that achieve our shared goals and exceptional value for our clients. I want to express that Botswana is currently open to welcome investments. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we say in my country, Dumelang. My name is Timothy Loanika from a vertical farming company called Maru Farms. At the backdrop of horrifying climate change, dissipating agricultural land, we have wondered to ourselves, what if cities could produce abundant organic food for everyone? Given the changes in rapid urbanization with more youth, more people coming to cities, we have discovered that agriculture needs to catch up and come to cities. With our technology, which will produce over 60 patents, we have developed a technology called aeroponics, which essentially we farm in buildings, greenhouses, shipment tanks, producing a variety of over 60 vegetables. Now, with our technology, what we will do is that countries that could not farm certain plants because of climate change, they will be able to do them in cities. That will now then mean that rapid turnaround time to markets, and the horticultural market in Africa is worth $100 billion US. In Southern Africa, $6 billion US. In Botswana alone, $577 million US. And we are inviting investors in agriculture to dig deep into this honeypot and enjoy Maru Farms offering. Thank you.
My name is Akandi Tloro. I'm the co-founder of the Clicking Generation. I'm also a fellow with the Presidential Precinct in Charlottesville. I am from the Clicking Generation. We are very loud, we are very colorful. We are an ICT Academy for kids and teens, where we teach kids whether it's STEM mentorship, coding, app development. What we are doing is to bet the next generation of innovators in Botswana. We are also allowing the children that we work with to dream and paint and color so that they can understand the possibilities that ICT brings to them. So our mantra is quite simple, one click at a time, one child at a time, and we want to eventually reach the rural areas and remote areas where ahangs like me exist, and we want to tell them that it is possible. And thank you so very much. Pula.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. MASISI, all ministers here with us this afternoon, all government officials, private sector from the continent and America here, members of the press. My name is Ishmael Nshakashogwe. I'm a business person from Botswana, and like it has all been said, Botswana is a country of opportunities. And somebody mentioned something here that I also really, it touched me a bit, because Botswana is a country that if you haven't been there, people cry twice. They cry when they come and say, oh, this is a highly rated country and so on. What is this? I can't see anything. How am I going to stay here for a few years, like this, 3 years or so? How will I manage? But believe me, the second cry is when he's leaving Botswana. He says, I don't know where to go. I can't even go to my own country. This is the best country that I'm in. As an organization, we run a company called Zambezi Corporation, which deals with motor industry, defense and security logistics support, property development, just to mention a few. But at the same time, what we are actually focusing on now is, among as many other issues that we have, but urgently we want to start a defense industry in Botswana, and we've been speaking to people as well here. we wanted to be able to start. I mean, we're looking at aviation and infrastructure projects. More than that, obviously, we would want to join, join hands with the Americans and our brothers and sisters in Africa. All what we want to do is really to make sure that you all find a way of getting to Botswana and see it for yourself. Like they say, the taste of the eating, fooding is in the eating. I would have wanted to say much, but I think we are running out of it. We are focused now on, manufacturing and so on. So we are looking for partners, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's the business community from Botswana. You can engage further with them afterwards. So I'm just going to, there's one more. Sorry about that. Sorry, Mr. Bofedile.
All protocol observed. I'm Bofedile Moeti, Managing Director of Bofedile Tech Services. Our company, we have acquired a partnership with Denmark, a Danish company called Gobi Robots, to assemble a product called Telepresence Robot. This product is used within the medical space, within the education space, within the manufacturing space, and as well as in corporate. So this product is meant to basically bridge the gap in terms of shortage of healthcare professionals within the rural areas. It's meant to address shortage of teachers within the education sector, where a teacher can be able to teach remotely, and also within the manufacturing sector, where we can have a bit of oversight within our plants, where we can even do training remotely to make sure that we are able to bridge the skills gap that Africa currently have, to make sure that we can advance into the whole continent into an advanced and high middle income continent. And all this thing coming from Botswana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will, in the interest of time, I will immediately invite the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Lemogang Nkwape, to close the session for us. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. I'm not a presenter. I'm only giving a vote of thanks. But as a politician, it really pleases me that what His Excellency and his predecessors have set as our vision for the year 2036 may just be realized. I listened intently to the presentations, and I think we are on the right track. Your Excellency, Honourable Ministers, and extinguished audience here today, I know you are probably thinking about your next holiday destination in the Okavango. I know you are probably thinking about your next venture in the mining sector. I know some of you are thinking about the innovations that you can do partnering with the Botswana. I know some of you are thinking about how you can draw the water from the mighty Chobe. Green Botswana, feed Africa and the world. But my job is an easy one. Your Excellency, we appreciate you and your willingness to always be available to engage with the business community, to give them the utmost confidence and assurance about setting up a business in Botswana. We thank you for always pitching your best pitch when you talk about your beloved country. I also want to acknowledge you officials who set this up, prepared this fantastic presentation to put Botswana on her best foot as she sells her wonderful products. To you, distinguished delegates, you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us this afternoon. I want to assure you this has been the choice, best choice of the day. What you got here was just a teaser, a tip of the iceberg. Come to Botswana, and you'll go deeper into the iceberg. I therefore encourage you to engage the young, anxious innovators, the anxious business people, because together you can build a world-class business. Last but not least, let me acknowledge the team that put all these things together. Minister Kafela, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, and other Permanent Secretaries as well as officials, Reo Lebile and your team, all those who assisted with putting the sessions together. This, I believe, was a worthwhile engagement. Director of Ceremonies, as I close, I am confident that meaningful engagements will continue to go on beyond this session. And I wish to thank you all for coming, and I hope and wish that you will invest in Botswana. Botswana, our pride. Botswana, your destination. Pula.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. There's nothing more that I can say after that. Just to say thank you, everyone, for coming, and may we all rise. Just to communicate that we have the Botswana booth in the exhibition hall, so if you want to engage further with any of the companies that are here, that is where we are all stationed. So may we all rise as His Excellency the President leaves the room for another engagement. Thank you, Chief Marketing Officer. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of our session.
We are once more gathered here with a clear vision and clear purpose, looking forward to greater things. We are gathered here with the greatest hope that what we started 3 years back will pay dividends in as far as entrepreneurship, the development and the growth of investment is concerned. Forbes Under 30